What kinds of animals do you have up for adoption?
We only have dogs here at Helping Hounds.
And where do most of your pets come from?
We get our dogs from a variety of sources. We do work with 2 organizations in the South, one in Texas and one in Alabama. And our partner organizations in the South pull the dogs from high-kill shelters down there. They place them in foster homes for several weeks where they make sure that they're fully vetted, they're all spayed and neutered, and they can be evaluated behaviorally to make sure that they are adoptable. And then after several weeks, they come up in big transports where we then, they stay here until we can adopt them out. However, we also take a lot of dogs from local sources. We help out other local shelters and rescues when they become overcrowded. We've taken a lot of dogs from DeWitt Animal Hospital, from Stephen Swan in Utica, as well as several other places, and then we also take owner surrenders occasionally if people are not able to take care of their dog and we do feel that it's going to be adoptable.
Okay. And what type of health care do they get while they're here?
All the dogs, before they're adopted out, are up to date on all their shots. All the dogs are spayed or neutered. And if they come down with any kind of infection or parasite while they're here, we do treat them. We're able to do some of the treatment here. Obviously, if it's something more serious, we do have to take them to the vet. Rabies shots we're not able to do here. That has to be obviously done by a vet. But all the dogs are heartworm tested, and we do fecal tests on Mondays. So if anyone turns out to have any kind of parasite, we will treat for that.
Okay. And what is the process to match up a pet to their perfect forever home?
Well, we do have, everyone has to submit an application. Our application is done online, and we will ask the potential adopter several questions about their family makeup, their home life, what they're looking for in a dog, questions like how long is someone home during the day, how are you going to get the dog exercise, and then we also, if they have current pets in the home, cats or dogs, we ask for a vet reference so that we can check with their current vet, make sure their dogs and cats are up to date on their shots and that they're already spayed or neutered. That is a requirement. We ask for a personal reference, someone that knows them and can vouch that they're going to be a good pet owner and then they're in a good position to have a dog right now. Once they pass through the paperwork part of the application, then we'll have them come and see dogs, meet dogs, talk to them a little bit more, and try and match that family up with the right dog. Someone may be approved, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're approved for every dog. Not every family is ready to take on a puppy. Some dogs, need more attention, wouldn't be appropriate for a family where everyone works during the day. Some families that have small children, there's certain dogs that maybe if they're quite big or jumpers, might not be a good fit for them. So we really try to match the family's needs and the dog's needs. We want to make sure everyone in the family has met the dog. We're not a big fan of surprises where families get a puppy for the kids and the kids haven't met it yet. And we also, if they have a dog already, doing a meet and greet with their current dog is also part of the process and is required.
Okay. And are they assessed for behavior issues?
Yes, the dog, while they're here, the good thing about the program that we work with our partners in the South is that those dogs have been in foster homes for several weeks, so they've had a good idea of how they do in a home, if there are any behavioral issues. They won't put a dog on transport that they have, serious concerns with. The dogs that come from other shelters, hopefully they've done some assessment. The dogs that are owner surrenders, sometimes they're not always 100% honest with us about, the dogs, so we have to keep a closer eye on them. But obviously any dog that's here, even dogs that haven't had problems, sometimes stress can cause them to, start acting in different ways. And so, staff and volunteers are always keeping an eye on the dogs, monitoring them to make sure that there's not any, issues going on. And if we have particular concerns about a dog, we'll bring in an outside trainer to evaluate the dog because we have a responsibility to the community and we don't want to put a dog in a home that we have any concerns about.
And what is the average amount of time an animal will spend in your care?
The average length of stay is 2 weeks for us. Now, that takes into account when we get puppies up from the south, particularly because they will pull even puppies from these high kill shelters. They may only last a day or two because we may have people that have pre-approved applications and they see the puppies online and they may reserve a dog even before the dogs get here. So those dogs are going to go pretty quickly. Dogs that are a little bit older, dogs that have some issues that are maybe, dog aggressive or have separation anxiety or a little bit shy, those dogs are going to spend a little more time with us. So, there are some dogs here that have been here, a few months. So it does vary.
Okay. If a pet doesn't fit in with their family, can they change their mind?
The dog, yes, that is part of the contract, that the dogs, if for some reason they need to give up the dog, whether it's because it's not a good fit with them or they're, sometimes people are moving and they can't take the dogs or whatever, there's health issues, we always want them to return the dog to us. People will sometimes, ask about if they can rehome the dog, and we don't want that to happen because we want to make sure that we can screen the family and get them into the most appropriate place. Also, if the reason they're returning the dog is because there's issues, we want to, see if we can work with that dog and, get that dog to a better place where they are more adoptable. So yes, they can bring the dog back.
Okay. What percentage of your pets are in foster homes?
Very few. We don't do a lot of fostering. Our feeling is there's much more of a chance of a dog being seen if it's here on the premises. Some people may come in because they specifically saw a dog on Pet Finder or on our website, but a lot of people just come in and they just want to see who we have, or maybe the dog that they had in mind isn't the dog that they end up falling in love with once they see the dogs. So unless there is a reason for the dog to be in foster, such as they're really struggling here in this environment, or if they have medical issues, maybe, or they're going through heartworm treatment, or they're very young puppies who are not fully vaccinated yet, those are the only times when we use foster. I think right now we may have 5 or 6 dogs in foster situations, and it's because of those kind of circumstances. But a young, healthy, adoptable dog has much higher chance of getting adopted if it's here at the rescue.
Okay. What is the process to volunteer to be a foster parent?
Well, to be a volunteer to foster, we don't really have an established foster program for. We have some fosters that we've worked with in the past. A lot of the people that are also fostering are going to be, it's a foster to adopt situation, so that they are not completing the adoption until the dog has completed whatever medical treatment or things like that. But right now we don't have an established foster program because, again, we're not using it that much.
And do you need volunteers?
We always can use volunteers. The bulk of the work here is done by volunteers. We have an amazing group of volunteers who, we have people here from 7 a.m. in the morning until 8 o'clock at night, 7 days a week, year round. And the process, starting this year, we're doing training 4 times a year. And we are right in the middle of finishing up our January. They started in January. And then March 1st, we're going to be opening up the application process again online. And we'll take applications through March. And then starting in April, we'll start training our next group of volunteers.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Little bonesy face.
So good at sitting.
These. Baby. Oh my goodness. Quite the jumper. He's a cute little boxer face.
Where are you going? Where are you heading?
Cute.
And does you.
Here's another adoption room. A couple guys in here. There's a cute little guy over here. There's a couple more pups over here. Small dog room. There's a couple of little guys. This little guy. Hi, sweeties. Here's a couple of pups playing. Loose in the playroom. And here's the front puppy room with these big guys up here. Hi, baby. Oh, I know it.
Pretty. Smile. I don't say talk. Smile. Smile.
Good smile.